Hello everyone, my name is Holden Hardman. This is my lovely wife Jen. Today we're watching the final episode of Avatar The Last Airbender, the live action series on Netflix. I definitely have some thoughts on where the series is now. We were hoping to have gotten this done a little earlier last week. We got a little delayed just on our end, but finally here. I'm gonna save some of my overall final thoughts till at the end of this episode. Probably be a bit of a rehashing right now anyway, but how are you feeling going into episode 8?
I'm excited. I mean, I think that the series hasn't been horrible, honestly. I think that I've just enjoyed the ride for what it is. We've kind of already talked about like some of the acting from Aang, I think is probably a pain point for me. But I feel like the action for this series has been like pretty on point. I've enjoyed kind of how they have played out some of the storylines from the animated series.
Yeah.
I think that it's overall been pretty good. We've had some bumps up, here and there, but they did their best. I'm a little worried about this season finale. I just don't know how this one is gonna end. When they made this episode, they didn't know whether there was gonna be a book 2, right?
Correct. Yeah, you brought up a good point about them not knowing about book 2. It has been confirmed as of filming this that there will be a season 2 and 3. So Netflix has confirmed the next 2 seasons. You made a really great point that at the time of making this, the creators, the showrunners of the live action didn't know if they were going to get to do more. In that retrospect, some of the choices about bringing story elements from another book, there might have been an element of, this might be the only chance we'll get to do this or do that. We don't want to go all ham just in case we can, but in case not, I wouldn't mind having a little bit. So with that in mind, some of the choices are a little clearer, make a little bit more sense. But now season 2 and 3, so they can plan accordingly. But for now, I'm ready to go ahead and finish this deal, finish it off. Let's go ahead and do that with episode 8 of Avatar The Last Airbender. Come on, Aang.
They did a great job with this ship. I think it looks really good.
Yeah, a lot of the visuals are easily a high praise for this whole series.
Appa!
And then the Piranatrons from Power Rangers Turbo.
So I wonder if this actor, did he have this training prior? Or was he trained?
I believe he had some, yeah. Actually, Sokka is like a professional martial artist, the actor.
Hey, contain the soldiers at the front. Appa, yip yip.
Yip yip.
Yip yip, Appa. They need to get on this season 2 and 3 because Aang is going to be growing pretty fast here soon.
Oh, yeah.
About to hit that teenage phase pretty soon.
What if he has like a growth spurt?
He probably will.
Ends up like a basketball player.
The post stuff, like the interviews and stuff that they have now, he already looks older. And he does age a little bit in the animated show, some. He's going to be like 21. It's like, stop it, Toph.
But I mean, this looks great,
Yeah,
I
that's
feel
awesome.
like.
Nice job, True.
One way or another, this is where my journey ends.
Oh, Uncle.
Uncle, Lu Ten would have been proud to have you as his father.
Aw. Aw.
Remember your breath of fire. You could save your life out there.
We'll meet again after I have the Avatar.
Oh.
Oh, gosh.
We'll make our stand here. How far away are they?
They'll probably be in range in an hour, like 2 tops.
Shore up the defensive lines.
Yeah, I forgot about that guy's makeup for a second.
This is bad, isn't it?
They mean business, but so do we. I'd say it's 50-50, 60-40. Where are you going?
To even the odds.
You're wondering why the command ship isn't leading the attack.
Weren't you the one who pointed out a frontal assault on the waterbenders would be fruitless?
Open a new front? With one ship? Fire Nation engineers created this.
No, this comes courtesy of our spies in Omash.
Okay, was this in book 1 or book... I feel like it was in the later book.
Yeah, I thought it was in book 2. There you go, Aang. You would think the water tribe would have a distinct advantage
Yeah,
here.
that's what I was thinking.
I thought I made myself clear. Women are not allowed in combat.
I thought I showed you how stupid that is.
I mean, the Kyoshi warriors are only women warriors, and that's their whole culture. You can't just go into another culture and be like, you're stupid, you idiots, even if you are right. Tact.
All they want is what you want.
What good is it relying on the past when it stops us from having a future?
Perhaps you are right.
You guys could hurry up this decision.
Yeah. We should have figured this out a long time ago.
Western side of the wall needs reinforcement. You can help them repair their damage and see if their warriors need any other assistance. The entire city will be in range soon. If the firebenders breach the wall, you'll be the first line of defense.
I'm not going to hide while everyone is risking their lives. You have to stop being overprotective.
Yue, if anything should happen to me, you must take over. You are the future of the Northern Water Tribe.
Don't worry, sir. I'll watch after her.
Sokka, make sure the princess stays safe.
Oh boy.
I'll keep an extra close eye on her, sir.
Take care of her.
Oh, you won't have to worry about...
Holden
sorry.
Thomas
Okay,
Hardman.
all right.
Parker sent you to me?
He told us to help you in any way we can.
You can start by reinforcing that section. Don't try to take them on yourself. Let me know.
Yes, Master Katara.
What? I'm not a...
Oh, I kind of like that.
Admiral, the waterbenders draw their strength from the moon. Their powers will be at their peak.
I have been studying up on matters beyond this realm, which is why I know that that isn't just any moon. It's the ice moon. The barriers between the physical and spirit worlds grow thin on this night.
It was from this oasis that the tribe looked up to the sky and learned to waterbend by watching the moon push and pull the tides. Their lives come from the spirit of the ocean, while their powers come from the spirit of the moon. These same spirits give up their immortality for one night every year.
They appear in this world?
You're not thinking of tampering with the spirit world, are you?
Yeah.
Aang. My knife is near. I can sense it.
You're going to kill the ocean and moon spirits?
Of course not. Killing the ocean spirit would deprive waterbenders of their lives. I'm not a monster.
I'm only gonna kill the moon.
Zhao cannot be allowed to meddle with the primal forces of nature. The Avatar's power is great, but it pales before the power of the elemental spirits.
We need to find Sokka and Yue. Something terrible is about to happen.
Oh no!
Momo! Oh no, Momo. They're like, it costs too much to animate a live action Momo, so let's just take care of that. It's not really in this show anyway. Oh gosh.
Is he alive? Barely.
Are you okay?
No!
Yeah, he'll be alright. Oh, I like your door. It's cool.
Oh my god.
It's the most sacred spot in the north. The waters that feed this grove are heated by the earth.
That's cool.
This is where the priest brought me when I was sick. To the source of all spiritual energy in our land.
Ooh, that was a close one.
Yeah, they're not gonna kill Momo.
Momo! Dumb dummy, don't scare me like that.
Dumb dummy.
Oh.
What is that?
Something that shouldn't be here. It's a war balloon.
A war balloon?
Stolen from Amashu.
How do you know that?
Because I helped design the thing.
The sage didn't know the precise form the ocean and moon spirits will take, and that, General, is where you come in.
They could appear as a pair of trees in a grove, or insects on a blade of grass.
Well, we won't know until we start looking. Either you help me find the spirits, or watch as I burn this whole place to the ground.
I know where we need to go.
Avatar!
Oh boy.
There's nowhere left to run.
Go. Stop Zhao.
I'll take on this
I'll deal
punk.
with him. Go easy. Enough people have been hurt already.
I don't care.
I wasn't talking to you.
Oh boy. Woo!
Oh yeah. Water whip, +5 attack.
You learned some new tricks.
Leveled up.
But I didn't come this far to lose to you.
But you did come this far to lose. Oh, cool.
You little peasant! You found a master, haven't
Gotta
you?
work on that trash talk.
I know.
We need to stop Zhao. He's trying to kill the ocean and moon spirits.
He can't. That would mean the end of our people.
Push and pull. Yin and yang.
Without the moon, the world will be thrown out of balance and chaos will be unleashed. Even Ozai wouldn't want that.
He's so fixated on the games he's playing with his family, he can't see the bigger picture.
Isn't that your boss?
Isn't that his brother? Isn't that his family too?
Once I take my place as the new Fire Lord, you can stand by my side. Your presence will lend legitimacy to my claim.
Guys. Well, I've already read about this in Revelation.
They will tell stories about me!
For generations, Zhao the Moonslayer.
Zhao!
You're too late, Avatar.
This isn't power.
No? I can wipe out an entire race of benders. Can you imagine what that's like?
Yes.
Aw.
If you do this, there won't be a world to rule. Release his spirit and I'll go with you.
Do you think anyone cares about you? Let's face it, you don't matter anymore. Actually, I'm not sure you ever did.
Oh, yeah. Gotta get him in the water, dude.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sushi. It's what's for dinner.
Oh, yeah, they should eat the moon spirit. 50% sodium-free soy sauce. Oh, a little rice.
Warriors! The city has been breached!
Oh!
Oh no. Oh boy.
Oh. Oh.
Fall back! No! We'll cover your retreat.
Yeah, about time.
The moon is gone.
Being the Avatar means putting your duties above all else,
Good
even
job,
your
Aang.
life.
The Avatar has to make the impossible choices.
Oh.
It's not.
Oh, it looks pretty good there.
Yeah.
You'll be lost forever.
I should have been lost 100 years ago. I couldn't save my world, but I could save this one.
This is your guy Godzilla.
Yeah, it's Avatar Godzilla.
Aang has given himself over to the ocean spirit, allowing it to channel its rage through him and access the power of the Avatar. There is no Aang anymore.
There is only Zul. Oh.
Zuko! There is no Avatar. Not anymore.
Let me go.
He's a small man who's going to meet a small end.
Oh,
I like the
great
transition
line.
with the colors.
Oh, yeah.
Zhao!
Oh, hello, Zuko.
You're alive.
Traitor.
Coward.
You ruined everything. Did you really think the Fire Lord was gonna take you back? Ozai was playing with you. It was all a game. And the winner is the one without the scar from Daddy. Ozai was just using you as motivation for your sister.
And me, you're lying!
Who do you think was my ally through all this? Who convinced the Fire Lord to send me the Yuyan archers? Azula told me everything I needed to know.
You are the fire in which her iron was forged.
Oh, he had like a fire whip. Yeah. It does kind of look like Godzilla with that spike thing on the back.
Oh boy.
Wow.
All that's left is a vengeful spirit who will roam endlessly looking for its partner, but will never find it.
There must be something we can do, some way to bring the moon back to life.
There is. Talk about getting cold feet.
Do you know why the ocean and moon spirits take physical form for a night? It's because they want to know what it is to be mortal.
It's like the moon found out.
Holden Thomas Hardman.
That wasn't even an innuendo. That was, he died.
Whenever you go like this.
That just means they would say something slick.
You're not just the Avatar, you're my family. This is your world. This is your home. We are your family.
Please, you don't have to do this. No.
You just like have the power to turn into a fish, you know what I mean?
They should probably have more security around those dang fish.
Yeah, I mean, there was nobody.
You were never meant to die 100 years ago. And the world needs you. I need you.
It's kind of funny his girlfriend turned into a
I know.
fish.
That's rough, buddy.
So much to clean up.
I know. They'll probably just leave it there. Just let nature knock that out over 500 years. Maybe longer since it's so cold.
So much destruction.
Oh.
Oh, man. Well, he's moving, so he's fine.
Han.
Oh. I guess we could have done another take. He was literally like...
Dude, yeah.
He's just like... Han. It was like when we watched, I think, Halloween 2, and the girl's like coming out of the house after being killed. She's like... like, she's dead, Sheriff.
I'm sorry I couldn't protect her.
My daughter always made her own choices.
I stood on the sidelines while others fought and died, being the warrior I could never be.
In a moment when she must have been scared, you made sure she wasn't alone. You don't have to be a warrior to be a hero.
Water Tribe is still here, but we'll rebuild and we'll emerge stronger. Water is the element of change. I'd forgotten what that truly meant. You reminded me of that, and I'm deeply grateful that you did. There's a whole new generation of waterbenders who'll need training. We could use your help.
But Aang still has a journey to complete. And so do I. After all, the Avatar still has to learn waterbending.
Yeah, he hasn't done any of that this whole season.
Guess they're saving it for book 2.
For you.
What is it?
Water.
Yeah. I know you've never seen Waterboy, but that looks exactly like the little water thing he has.
That's water from a glacier in Alaska.
It's cold.
Yes, it's always cold. That's why it's so special.
It's from a glacier in Alaska.
Lieutenant G would have known to stay out of the worst of the battle. He and the crew may be looking for us right now.
You cut to them at the bottom of the ocean. Just... I guess I'll just paddle alone, Zuko.
There's going to be losses. There's going to be pain. None of that is your fault.
And so stop worrying about the past and start thinking about what you still have to do.
I think I understand something Gyatso was trying to tell me. Let go of the past, or I'll never have a future.
You're gonna learn waterbending, and I'm gonna make sure of that. And then earthbending.
Which means back to Amashu. Anyone else hungry?
Why is everything always about your stomach?
Because that's where his brain is.
You got over the princess real quick.
All right, guys, let's bury our dead real quick and we'll get a bite to eat.
Agnakella took heavy damage. It seems the Avatar remains alive and free.
Conquering the North was always an unlikely proposition.
Why attack the North at all?
Distraction.
Oh,
For the
no.
first time in a century, Omashu is ours. And now only Ba Sing Se stands between us and the total conquest of the Earth Kingdom.
Was the Fire Lord aware Prince Zuko was among the forces at Agnakella? The loss of life among our troops was substantial.
If Zuko is strong, he'll survive. Sometimes you have to sacrifice the weak to keep yourself strong.
Omashu is ours!
All right, Azula.
What's next?
The Last Airbender.
Measuring the movements of the heavens has always proven difficult. It's taken 100 years, but the time finally draws near. We shall see the return
of Sozin's Comet.
Just finished the final episode. I thought it was really good. I enjoyed the action stuff. There were definitely some changes from the original, but nothing that was like super hard to get around, I thought anyways. What did you think?
I was pleasantly surprised. I really enjoyed it a lot. I think the action was pretty darn good. Visually, it looked fantastic. I loved Aang and how they portrayed him in this episode, and I think that they probably left off. The high point for me was the depiction of the relationship with Uncle and Zuko.
Yeah.
One thing that I think that the live action series may have done a little bit better than the animated series. I don't know if it's because we actually see these like real life people embodying that relationship and the emotions that come along with it. That was probably the best thing I think to come out of this live action series. Katara and Sokka, I think were a little underwhelming for me because in the animated series, I felt like they were like front and center. They felt front and center. And I really am bothered by the fact that Aang did not do more waterbending.
Aang really, even as the Avatar, was only useful in the sense of him being used as a vessel for a greater power. The Avatar stayed, or the water spirit in this episode here,
Right.
but as himself, really not doing a whole lot. So that would have been an aspect I would have liked to have seen more. There's definitely like areas I think they did better, some areas I think that they did worse. I think the relationship between Sokka and Yue wasn't really as ironclad, you know, as it might have been in the animated show, because it made like her becoming the moon spirit a little bit more impactful than in this, where even we were joking, like even at the end where he's like, all right, let's get something to eat, you know, and that was kind of the end of it. When you go from cartoon to live action and you're looking at like the practical effects of this horrible war, like there's literally bodies around that they're showing. So to go back to that sort of jovial, childish cartoon aspect, in this case probably wasn't the most appropriate sense. And that's another thing. A lot of people didn't think it was as cartoony and silly and goofy, that Aang was a little too serious, and I actually preferred kind of the live action tone more than the show. That's just my preference. I understand that a lot of people that watch the animated show were kids, and so they like the kiddish aspect more, whereas when we even watched the animated show as adults, that was always a part that was kind of harder for us to get around. So for me, tonally, I kind of like this a little more. Some of the changes I thought were good, like the Unit 41 or whatever being the unit that Zuko was with.
Yeah,
I thought that was
fantastic.
a wonderful change. I thought that made a whole lot of sense. I thought that the adaptation stuff that they did do, like with the fish and Zhao and Zuko, I thought was all pretty good and pretty true to form. So it really comes down to just preference. I don't think that this show is like the upper echelon of like the best thing I've ever seen Netflix produce. Not really. But in our culture of it's either absolute garbage trash, the worst thing that's ever been made, or it must be the best thing, like this is greater than the original, totally good. I feel like I'm more of like in the middle. We've criticized the acting pretty heavily. I'm still kind of true to that. The kids were probably the weakest of them all, whereas the adult actors were all pretty solid. Zhao, Ozai, Iroh. Because it's live action, because it's slightly more mature, we can see things like the Southern Air Temple in the first episode, and like the monks being slaughtered and Gyatso like dying and like being burned alive. You didn't get any of that in the original. That's an area like where we can see and explore. This show is good, and I'm excited to see what they do. Not the best. I definitely am not a hater, but for me it was really good. I'm glad that we watched it.
Yeah, I fall somewhere in the middle. There's like elements though that I feel like I really enjoyed about the live action, and then there's parts that I really enjoyed with the animated series. With Zuko and Uncle, I thought they did fantastic with this live action. I absolutely prefer that.
These, of course, are just some of our thoughts. We'd love to know what you guys think about this. Thank you so much for watching along on this journey with us. It's been a lot of fun. We're getting back into movies now. We will be doing a Patreon exclusive of The Bad Batch. So if you'd like to see that, we were waiting to finish this before we started up on that. So go check that out. It's exclusively on Patreon. We also have all of Invincible that's been released thus far on Patreon too, so that's the only place that you can see it. But for now, that is it. Jen and I appreciate you watching. Thank you so much for watching with us again, and we'll catch you in the next video. Take care.